When you care for a family member, you do a lot of work without a salary. But what if we could think of the number that accurately represents what your annual salary should be? Well, that's what I did. And so that's the focus of this week's Caregiving Comfort. Hey everyone, I'm Denise Brown and I write what I call Caregiving Comforts. Typically, I take a word, apply its meaning to the reality of caregiving, and then think about a different way of looking at that word so that there's a little bit of hope I can sprinkle on your caregiving reality. This caregiving comfort is a little different because we're going to look at a number, and that number is your annual salary when we calculate your work and its value. I created a tool, 3 months ago to figure out what's the number that represents your value. And there's a number that's floated around pretty regularly, and it's a number that's been formulated by a large 4-letter organization that we all know. And what's wrong about that number is they value your work as if you're a home health aide, but you're not. Certainly, sometimes you provide care, but you often oversee those who provide care. So, thinking of your value as a home health aide means that they value your work at $20 an hour, which is absolutely infuriating. Makes me so mad because that's not your value. So, the tool I created actually gives you a dollar amount for your hour and then values your work at your highest dollar amount. For instance, when you have a visiting nurse who comes for a visit with your caree, that visiting nurse might do some nursing work, plus might also do some home health aid work. But when the nurse is reimbursed, she or he is reimbursed at the value of the hour as a nurse. They don't look at her 45-minute visit and say, well, she did 15 minutes of home health aid work, so she'll only be reimbursed $20 an hour for that 15-minute. No, she's always reimbursed at the highest level of her work, and so should you be. Okay, so having said that, let's talk about what that number is. So here's the caregiving comfort that I wrote for you this week. A caregiving comfort, $165,507. After your long days of caregiving, you may wonder, if I had a salary for this work, what would it be? We have the answer to your question. On average, family caregivers do the work equal to an annual salary of $165,507. 165,507. That number comes from an average generated by more than 500 family caregivers who crunched their numbers using a tool I call our non-reimbursed family caregiver saving calculator. You are the only system doing the work of the system without a reimbursement rate. And that's why we call this calculator the non-reimbursed family caregiver saving calculator. You save the system money with your work. When family caregivers take the tool and see their number, they tell me they feel seen, validated, appreciated. You can feel like no one sees what you pour into your day because you do so much in private. That number, 165,507, shows just how much work you do. You manage almost 34 different responsibilities across the 9 caregiving domains. And those domains are advocating, assessing, being, communicating, deciding, managing, planning, providing, and sustaining. You are accountable for so much because keeping another alive is a complex, complicated role. You function at an executive level. As the leader of your caregiving experience, you perform like a CEO. When you keep this in mind, you have your answer when you consider, why am I so tired? Why is this so hard? It's hard to run a company without enough resources, support, and help. It's difficult to keep going without a day off. It's challenging when you face an overwhelming cascade of problems day in and day out. You also can keep this figure, $165,507, and this fact, you run an enterprise when another person, like let's say a family member, questions your value. You are valuable. We collected the data to show it. Because of your value, you deserve help and support. We collect the data to help you get it. So help us by adding your data. You can calculate your value using the link that I've dropped in the show notes. Keep going. Your value increases with time. Thanks so much for all you do. Thank you so much for listening. If you calculate your value, you know what? I'm going to say that differently. When you calculate your value, you are welcome to drop that number in our comment section. I love to see it. If this resonated with you, hit like. And if you want to make sure you receive all our content, hit subscribe. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all you do. I'm Denise Brown.